for later. So we're going to have Dells versus Lev here, starting out with Dells on Spy. And let me get in casting mode really quick. How does this work? There we go. All right, 3, 2, 1, play now. Should be a good match. Dells extremely good at this game. Took a break out of SCL6, goes for a bug off the start at the blue bookcase, ends up sticking it, and Lev doesn't punish thus far. As I was saying, Dells, a very, very high-level player, took a break from SCL6. Lev, newer to the scene, I believe he's an Iron, but also extremely good at the game. So this should be a really tough set for both of them. Lev saying that he didn't prepare that much for this match. However, I don't know, like preparation obviously helps, but I think he'll do fine otherwise, even without preparation. So Dells has already got the bug through, which is absolutely huge on Ballroom. Goes for a banana bread, pretty much right after entering though, and it is going to be a white on screen, but I think Dells realizing that he doesn't have any suspicion as of yet, so there's no reason to panic about kind of a aggressive banana bread here. And he's just got to get a fourth mission, and at this point it can be something as simple as hitting a mid-statue inspect. Looks like he's going to elect to work on flirt a little bit here with Smallman. Probably going to flirt and then go mid-statues and then flirt again. I think that would be a good good choice for Dells here. Hits the flirt for 34%. Smallman bounces out of conversation right afterwards, so the flirt pairing is going to be not as likely here from Lev. Decides to go for an innocent talk here, so a little bit of active idling. Wanting to just play it safe. Now I'm starting to worry about pacing. I think Dells could have gone for like an early finish here if he goes to statues. Might chase to windows, is going to chase to windows and try to pick up a flirt, lands the green. Smallman get a bit of luck, he doesn't leave, so we only need one flirt and our fourth mission. Here we go into mid statues. A little bit of a weird path. Wasn't as direct, I think, as it could have been. And we're just going to pick up a highlight, which means that Lev is going to have to shoot for a flirt finish with Smallman. And it can be somewhat spaced. Dells could even space it out and try and hit a green. Safety off toggle onto Dells here. I wonder if he felt that. With that safety off, Dells needs to be careful about this last flirt. He can't rush it down, and he's getting pretty tight on time. He is going to head into conversation and space it out, so he's going to be banking on a green here. A white is not going to finish the flirt, I don't believe, so he's forcing himself to hit the green by spacing this out. Goes for the flirt, it is a green, from what I can tell. Beautiful finish. Is going to go for the taking the guest list, forcing Lev to think about Purloin as the option and kind of watch the guest list and not realize that he's finishing via flirt. Oh, it was a white. Okay. Wow, I didn't realize that a white from that far would actually be enough to finish. So, good job on Dells for a nice kind of spaced flirt there. And that's going to be first point to Dells as a spy win on Ballroom, which is huge. Now we're going to have Lev loading in as Boots. And we've got Mom as the ST, picks up his first flirt at the side windows for 34% and then grabs first briefcase. Attempting to return, ambas at statues, does an okay stop, puts it down. Heads into conversation with the double agent, and this is actually almost a perfect banana bread. We've only got 2 people out right now. Fantastic time for a BB. I think Lev definitely needs to take this. Yeah, and there we go. We go for the green banana bread at the end of our talk animation to obscure it even more. And that's only going to net right now 2 lowlights to Dells. I think Queen was probably taking a drink. Rocker out of combo. I think Oprah is out, but I'm not sure. Flirt up to 59%. Fantastic contact. Dells currently has no highlights and only 2 lowlights. Possible reverse drive-by available here. Ambassador standing right behind us at the side pad near green. I wonder if that bug would reach. Doesn't go for it. Ambassador leaves us the briefcase though. Does Lev want to risk going for 2 briefcases against Dells? Let's general grab it. There is a fingerprint going down on the far left statue that Lev could grab. He's setting up for it, but I think this would be way too aggressive to grab it right after it's put down. He goes to the window right next to said statue. Yeah, thinks better of it and leaves, trotting across to the right side of the venue in an empty combo. A little bit of a camera shake from Lev. I think he's struggling to figure out what he wants to do next. I think he's trying to wait for his ST to settle down, but she's just kind of bouncing everywhere. Steps into middle statues. This is not the one with the fingerprint. Picks up the highlight from Dells. Yes, Pofke, Dells did get a spy win. A really flashy or aggressive bug at blue books right at the start into middle statues, and then obviously flirt and contact. We were top suspect though. Oh, you're going to get credited with bug there, Lev. Lev joins conversation with a wraparound on the ambassador, the kind you would do if you're bugging, and it was pretty covered, so I wouldn't be surprised if Lev just got credited with bug right there. And a leave, I think, while talking. In that last round, Pofke, Dells was the top suspect. We had a safety off toggle onto Lev or onto Dells, but he just didn't take the shot because it was a flirt finish, spaced flirt finish. There's the second fingerprint that was delayed. Dells crediting the bug. Honestly, maybe should have shot when that bug was done because he had inspect on the board and could credit, flirt and contact. But Dells keeps track of that fingerprint. There's a fingerprint on that statue, and he tracked it for, however long that was, a couple minutes. So, correct shot by Dells is going to put him up 2-0 as we head into the next venue, which is going to be High Rise with Dells again on Mom. Starts out at side statues behind the screen to pick up a pair of inspect. We've got transfer, swap, and purloin off. Could take a bug here. Goes for the wrong arm bug. It's on screen, but Lev is not zoomed in. And I think Dells got away with that bug. Again, same opening. Early bug by Dells as Mom onto the ambassador, and he's in a very good position, especially on high rise, because he doesn't have to do anything else except flirt and contact. And he wound up next to his ST, hits the green flirt, the first one, up to 51%, but picks up a highlight. Very interesting. So Lev must be onto something. Going to choose to timer flirt. Double agent is not cooperating. We've got the front conversation completely full. The back conversation has the double agent only. Dells might be thinking that the SDA is in combo with him here. Maybe. High Rise is a venue where you can pretty, halfway through the game you can figure out who the SDA is pretty quickly. Does land the second flirt. It's a green. Hits 100%, and now all he needs is either an inspect or a contact. Finishing an inspect would allow for a silent game here, which is fairly strong. Contact is probably the safer option. Decides to head into blue books. Safety off toggle on rocker by Lev, who is inspecting on the far right. We've got quite a few people that are inspecting. Queen and rocker. Conversations are now filling up pretty well for a contact, but Dells is actually going to finish this game with an inspect. He's going to go for a silent finish on high rise. We are high lit. Lev thinking about the shot. Putting laser on Dells, but is more concerned, I think, with maybe the bug or maybe watching rocker here. Laser hanging, and Dells gets away with it, up 3-0. Another spy win on high rise for Dells. Let's see what Lev is going to do about it. Stepping in, he's going to have Purloin on, fingerprint off. A lot of camera shaking. Goes for an immediate Purloin from Toby here. I would say that this is probably a tilt play. Gulps drink. No shot by Dells off the bat, but I have a feeling that Dells is pretty well onto this. Goes for the bug behind the conversation and wraps around to try and hide the snapback, and Dells is just waiting with his laser right where he knows Lev is eventually going to land. Doesn't move his laser at all. This looks so cool. Let's watch this again. I'll just leave my laser right here. Yeah, he's going to go for the bug, and he's going to stop right there, and then I'm just going to zoom in and shoot him. So Dells up 4-0 on high rise. Match point. All he has to do is win this next game on library. It is a spy game on library, and even though Dells has been getting these crazy bugs, he's now got to get a spy one on library, which is a pretty tall order. Starts out with a immediate 51% flirt into Bale on the far right side of the venue. Likely unseen, is going to jump back into Queen, or into conversation with Queen to try and finish up flirt here early. Hits the next one, is at 85%. Meanwhile, Lev is kind of looking over towards blue books, watching for any bugs on the Ambassador. Ambassador now stepping into the bust statue on the very far left. Oprah is chasing, so he's got to watch the bug for that for a moment. Interesting decision by Dells. He joins the far left side of the venue as well in a conversation by himself. There's not much value over here. Maybe he was hoping to set up for a bug.
Banana bread.
Throws out a white contact. Quite a few people in conversation. 4 lowlights from Lev thus far. Which on library is actually a pretty good contact if the sniper's only getting 4 lowlights. There is a conversation that has a lot of people in it that would be a fake contact though. 5 people. And Dell's really slow playing it here, staying in convo with just himself and the double agent on the far left side of the venue. No Ambassador around, no ST, and just doing some innocent talking. Decides to leave and add time, so this makes a little bit more sense, but he does do the time add into the immediate leave off of the pad to jump back into conversation, and Lev was staring it down, but no reaction. Rob asking in chat, what did I miss? You've missed Dells landing a lot of bugs, and Lev not punishing it. Pretty docile party at the moment. Ambassador's not in any danger, is left side of the green, in the conversation that's left of the green bookcase. No one is nearby to bug. No one really going to statues. Toby on one of the side conversations offering drinks. Not much is happening. Everyone's kind of settled down for the most part in conversations. Dell's finally stepping in to pick up middle inspect, and all the while Toby was offering on those side conversations, Dells ends up landing a green purloin, and the guest list, Toby jumps to the other side of the venue and offers to the Ambassador behind the pillar, who takes it. Lev is on top of it, whips over, and shoots Dells as he then landed a green swap for 5th mission. So Lev on top of the purloin, which is not surprising because, as I was just saying, it was pretty docile other than like Dell's going to mid statues and Toby offering a couple drinks over here on the side. So it's not surprising that Lev was able to catch this purloin here. He just didn't have much else to watch. He's got 2 people here and Ambassador safe. So it's like you just really need to keep track of this and make sure someone doesn't jump over and quick swap. So Lev picking up his first point as a sniper game on library. Not surprising on that. Let's see if Lev can manage to avoid the loss here and pick up a spy win on library as Smallman. Grabs his first flirt as another kind of little quick flirt bail. Goes for a wrong arm bug behind pillar. Not sure how that looked from the sniper side, but I believe it was on camera. This could be Lev's opportunity here. I'm not seeing any punish, no highlight, no camera watching onto Lev who took that bug. And laser hanging on Lev now. Could just be coincidence. Maybe that's what he needs. Kind of adopt what Dells is doing on his own spy game, thinking that that's what could beat his sniper. Lev hanging out in conversation with Seek to the left of the green books. It goes behind pillar to set up for the purloin here. Hiding behind pillar, his hands are sticking through. He did some micro adjustments, so he's trying to be very cautious to not let his hands poke. Yeah, he's doing a little bit of movement, trying to set it up. He can't go backwards without turning, and that's what he needs to do. He can kind of go left and right, but you can't really go backwards. Here we go, offer and crash, shot by Dells. And that means Dells is going to pick up the win 5-1. We will play it out for points purposes later in the division, cup, tournament, whatever it is. So maybe Lev can try to at least end at 5-3 to make it a bit closer. Dells jumping into conversation with Wheels to pick up his first flirt for 51%. Ambassador is at statues and is in danger of being bugged by General there. Could have been a double walking bug. General also then joins conversation and immediately talks. Seduction target, Wheels, leaves us before we're able to take our next flirt. We're going to reject a drink and then probably leave pretty soon here to go for the flirt. Fingerprint is on one of the statues, which Dells is aware of. He's right next to it. Dells, as Salmon, is going to join one of the smaller circles with the double agent, probably setting up for a contact here pretty soon. We do have a reject on board by Bling Twin in the same conversation, so we could go for a purloin here after this BB.
Banana
Goes
bread.
for a white banana bread. Double agent also rejects the drink. Now on to Duke, who is going to take and clear the list. Dells didn't do a request, so probably not planning to purloin there. And a pretty slow standard game from Dells. Work on flirt, work on contact, then get your inspect, then figure out what you want to do as your fourth mission. Steps into combo. This is the fingerprintable statue, so it looks like fingerprint is going to be our fourth mission attempt here. Gets the inspects and the fingerprint. Just going to NASCAR around the venue here to find our seduction target, who's standing at windows. Steps in to take the flirt. It is a green, but it's not going to be close enough to finish it out. Brings him up to 94%. Gotta find that fourth fingerprint. We could try to force Amba off briefcase. Dells steps in near the ambassador, not close enough to bug or invade his space. I think he doesn't want to get credited with bug here since he already has inspect on the board and knows that he's probably a highlight. So Dells is really rolling the dice here, hoping that the ambassador leaves in time for him to grab briefcase, or that Toby offers a drink and the ambassador takes it. Likely to see a reject, and Dells ends up picking up a drink, which is very odd because that's going to make it so that he can't take a fingerprintable drink if the Toby was to offer. Maybe he wasn't in a spot where he could be offered anyways. But nonetheless, ambassador leaves. Dells goes for the briefcase, picks it up. 20 seconds left on the clock. Hits mission win countdown at about 18, and Lev is on top of it. Takes the shot onto Dells. So Lev keeping track of fingerprints there and takes the correct shot. Lev stepping in as Orange Sorry. Slow start by Lev here, no flirt, hanging out in an innocent conversation, not next to anyone. Goes for a fake BB that is
Banana
going to
bread.
turn... Oh, it's still fake. SDA joined as we're doing it. So that's going to look like a white BB on board. It is a good banana bread. I think almost everybody was in. Only one low light. And unfortunately, we're going to be credited with real here. Yeah, it's a good BB. That's just unfortunate that we're going to be credited with real. And Lev really slow playing it here, hasn't moved. Seduction target eventually comes to us. We'll pick up our first flirt for 28%. I wonder if Lev is going to intend to finish here or if it's just going to go for like a frame purloin or a frame swap. Let's take a look at his camera to see what he's eyeing up. Drink offered and it's an innocent take. I can't help but think that Lev has no intention of finishing given his mission progress. We're at a minute and 25 and only 26% of a flirt. Sips trinket window, it looks like he was heading in for a bug, but the ambassador ends up moving before we're able to take the path to grab it. Joins conversation with the real double agent, and it would be a decent BB. A lot of people in again. Could try to rush through missions here and just leave flirt out of it. Go for contact, purloin, inspect, swap. Lev hanging out in conversation does the rapid talk stop talks to cycle through and move the arrow around. But with no exact frame target in mind, I don't think that's going to accomplish much. At this point, there's 30 seconds left. We have no mission progress. We need to find somebody who's at statues and frame swap them. Our ST does step in here at the 30-second mark to statues. I'm not sure that Lev noticed it. Coming back around, he should see that Tex is at statues. Just set it down, 13 seconds left. Unfortunately, though, Dells is going to probably hold his shot for OT, even if he sees the swap. Statue swap, Dulls swings around and sees it. Laser hanging on Sorry, and he waits for the OT beeps. They don't happen, which means that Lev runs out of time. Dells picks up his 6th win, winning the set overall 6-2. Good game to both competitors. I think Lev missed a couple early bugs, and then from there, it's just looking at it seemed like he was maybe a little bit tilted heading into his games further into the set, which happens to everybody. And kind of when you're playing on tilt, it's pretty hard, especially when you're playing Dells. Dells is like extremely good at this game. He's very very high elo in my opinion, even though he didn't play in SCL6, so he's a very formidable opponent. As seen, he just beat Lev 6-2, which is huge. Lev also a very very good player, so. Nonetheless, that was round one Summer Cup. Dells versus Lev, ending 6